What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time being on the channel, welcome. Feel free to stick around. But today we're going to be going over the expenses of owning all of these trucks. So since we started this channel back in 2018, we've had a lot of trucks come and go. And so there's always people curious on, well, to put it blunt, how I afford this kind of stuff, which to answer that question is pretty simple. Here, you're watching this video. This is how I afford it. Thank you. Welcome. Subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment. This is how it happens. There's also a lot of people that are curious on, the expenses, the background stuff that I don't really talk about. Rank our trucks from least expensive to most expensive, me actually purchasing them. And we're gonna go over insurance because that's a big thing. I see that comment a lot asking, how does bro even afford insurance on all of these trucks? You might be shocked, honestly, what I pay for insurance. Our content is modifying things, so there's a bunch of money tied up in that as well. Let's go over the trucks real quick, and then you can try to guess least to most expensive. Your list is probably gonna be wrong, and probably not for good reason. I overpaid for several of these trucks for sure, but I also got a couple really good deals on a few. Starting off down there, we got Cheat Code, our 2024 F-150, four-wheel drive, 5.0, regular cab, short bed. It is the only truck that is financed, so take that into consideration because we are doing this list based off of money spent buying the truck. So that's the only one that is financed. We bought that with 0 miles. We ordered it in. Next to that, Shorty, GMC Sierra 5.3, 6L80, regular cab, short bed, four-wheel drive. It's a base model. 4 in the floor. Had 149,000 miles on it when I bought it. Next to it, we got Chomper, 2006 GMC Sierra 5.3, crew cab, LT, leather, 140-something thousand miles on it when I got it as well. Next to it, we've got the VMAX, 2007 Chevy Silverado. It is an extended cab, short bed, Vortec Max truck, 6 liter. That's a LTZ. It had 94,000 miles on it when I bought it. Then we got Gamble, 2004 Ford F250, 6.0, extended cab, standard bed, 150,000 miles on it. It's a Lariat. Then we got Larry, also a Lariat, hint the name, 1997. F-150 extended cab, standard bed, 2-wheel drive. The rest of these are all 4-wheel drive. Got it with 200 and something thousand miles on it, but I did buy it from a family member, my dad, so also take that into consideration. 98 Ram 1500. I don't know what we're calling this thing. What was it, 170? It's 170,000 miles on it. Sport, 98, 5.9 Magnum, 4-wheel drive, extended cab, standard bed. Then we got the LBZ, Clifford, whatever you want to call it. 2007 Chevy Silverado. It is the Holy Grail. Crew cab, standard, sunroof, LT, leather, 4-wheel drive, Victory Red, 100 and, no, it was right over 200. And some of these trucks were bought prime time, COVID, which is when, trucks were stupid expensive. So some are great deals, some are not. Go ahead and drop your list. So out of the trucks, it's probably not hard to guess which one was the least expensive, that being Lair Bear right there. That was the least expensive by far. And then next up is actually Cheat Code down there because I'm just making payments on it and only had to pay a $500 deductible to order it. So I don't have but a couple grand in that truck currently, and I could sell it and, whatever. Anyways, yeah, bunch of money financed, not much money actually into buying the truck right now. It's the Ram. The Ram we got for a pretty solid deal, not like $1,000 like we did Larry. Yes, I paid $1,000 for Larry, which glorious. Love you, Larry. Was not that good a deal, but pretty solid. Now this one also might be a shock to you as well. The VMAX. So got a pretty smoking deal on that thing. Absolutely love that truck. It's super rare, super cool. Just absolutely stoked. Probably another shocker. Honestly, this whole list. Gamble, the old 6.0, which I think I got a pretty fair deal on it. It just depends on how you look at it, because some people will be like, oh, it's a 6.0, it's worth $5,000, and then some people are like, oh, it's a really clean 6.0, it's worth $15,000, and we're somewhere in between there. So next up is going to be Chomper, which I definitely overpaid for. It was prime time, like seller's market. I needed a new truck. We bought it. We overpaid. And then it kind of hurts to say, because I haven't said Shorty yet. Shorty was next. Now I think there was only $200 difference between Chomper and Shorty, but I did pay more for Shorty. Yeah, that one kind of hurts, but also low mile really cool, pretty rare spec truck, so it is what it is. And then, of course, the Duramax, because, you know, 3LT LBZ things. That is by far the most expensive truck that we have purchased outright on the channel of ever. Well, I mean, like I own Baby Squat, but that was after doing all the payments and then paying it off, like the big portion that was left. Yeah, the Duramax was not freaking cheap. So guess how much the total is? Let's go ahead and drop a comment. What do you think we have in all these trucks? Right under $79,000. Which is going to shock some people or be like, oh, that's pretty freaking good. I don't know how that's going to get received. But we got about $79,000 tied up in all these trucks, aside from cheat code down there, just like what I've paid currently on it, not what a, you know, because that's a $43,000 truck by itself, brand new. So you could look at that as, oh, you got a bunch of old trucks and you got $80,000 in it. Well, yeah, yes, I do. But also, I could have one like new King Ranch, barely F-250, or I could have 7 freaking awesome trucks plus one that's, you know, financed down there. So I think we're doing pretty good. I'm not going to go in any particular order on the insurance. We're just going to start down here with cheat code and work our way down. But I will say that I might not be the most responsible person when it comes to insurance, because cheat code is the only one that I have full coverage on, and that is because it's financed and you legally have to do that. Everything else is just liability. I know I should definitely have it at least on the LBZ full coverage. Just, that's an expensive truck, but it's a gamble, okay? It's a gamble to get full coverage versus liability, because if you never have to pay out, you never have an accident, you never have anything, liability is all you'll need and you save yourself a ton of money. But then if you do have a wreck or something like that, you could definitely need full coverage. Either way, your insurance is going to be very dependent on so many factors: your driving history, your age, you know, how long you've had the vehicle, tons of things. There's tons of different factors. So everybody's is going to be specific to, you know, yourself. But down here, we've got cheat code. This is for 6 months coverage. It's $425.98. We got Shorty, go down my list, $150.62. Chomper, we've got $166.63 every 6 months. The VMAX, which is the most recent thing that we've added to our insurance, $196.26. We got Gamble, $164.71. Larry, $158.03, which is actually the craziest one. This one should be free, let's be honest. The old Dodge, let me see, $172.34, which that's pretty crazy too, but we got it on insurance right before the VMAX, and so I think it matters as well how long you've had it on their insurance. Maybe I'm wrong with that. And then the LBZ, $166.03, cheaper than the Ram, which is crazy. So I also have Lauren's car on insurance. So every single month we pay a whopping $362.54 for just insurance, just to legally drive these things on the road and be covered. We also have other insured things bundled into this, so I'm sure it all helps. It all ties in together, and my history is clean. We have a bunch of money in modifications. Probably the most money we have is in freaking wheels and tires. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. I hate buying wheels and tires, but I love seeing them on the trucks. So we do it quite frequently, and we do for sure have a couple of very expensive pairs. What do I think I have the most money in? I'd say the most is either in the Duramax, because we got the old fancy, you know, FTS, or Chomper, just because motor work. So VMAX probably the least. We've literally just got wheels and tires and a leveling kit on that truck. Now, as far as like driving the trucks, like expensive to drive, obviously having this many, I don't have to fill every one of them up every week with gas, but they are expensive when I do have to fill them up, because most of them use a high grade fuel or diesel. Cheat code, I run 93 octane fuel in it because it's a little sport truck and I like to put my foot to the floor, and you need 93 to just make it happy and have the most performance. And so that has been the daily. And so it gets kind of pricey. It's 70 bucks, I think. Fill that thing up, 93 typically. Now Shorty is tuned on 93, so it must have 93. And if you're wondering what happened to that, listen, I had to borrow the lights from it for the VMAX video because the bulbs didn't come in time, and so I'm waiting for them to come in so I can put those bulbs back in there and put the proper switch wrap bulbs in the VMAX like y'all wanted. We had some problems, okay? I ain't got time to wait sometimes. I just have to make things happen. So I didn't feel like putting that guy back on there because it's a pain in the butt. So anyways, 93. Chomper is dyno tuned on 93. The VMAX, I just like putting 93 in it because it's a Vortec Max, and I'm just like, it's my freaking baby. Like, Chomper, gosh, dog, I love you. But the VMAX, man, it just does, I don't know, it's just special. Anyways, 93 as well. Gamble. Diesel, of course. Lair Bear, you and the old Ram, you know, y'all are old. They barely even had premium back when y'all were made, and you definitely weren't designed for premium. So I mean, I run 87 in both of these. It literally does not matter. And then of course, diesel here. This thing doesn't have a very big tank, but anytime you're getting diesel or premium, it's expensive. So you could probably average it, you know, a solid 60 bucks per vehicle to fill up easily. Maybe more than that. It's probably closer to 70. Since we're talking about averaging things, if you do the math on our total expense of the trucks and then divide by 7, because we're not putting cheat code in there because it's not paid off, you got about $11,000 per truck, which is kind of crazy. It's probably a little bit less than that because I did put the cheat code, the payments in. So it's probably like $10,500, $11,000 per truck. Obviously, some more expensive, some much cheaper. Larry, $1,000 truck. So yeah. I don't know, is that good? That'd be a good average, 10,000? Probably not to some. Probably some people are running like, dude, three-quarters of these trucks are worth like $5,000. They're not, but I hear you, but they're not. But yeah, definitely not an inexpensive hobby. Obviously, here on YouTube, this is my job. I am blessed that my job involves doing things and modifying things that I love, but it is very expensive. What I'm about to say might seem silly, but it's kind of hard for me to comprehend seeing all these trucks together because typically, you know, the videos will be focused on 1, 2, maybe 3 trucks, and then we'll bounce back and forth depending on the months and, you know, just what I'm feeling like filming on. But we never have them all out together, and seeing all 8 of our trucks, literally a truck meet right here, just our trucks, it's pretty freaking crazy. And I guess I really don't think about it like this, that we have this much, but this is crazy, dude. This is for sure crazy. And so I could not be more thankful. It's all thanks to you guys. So shout out to all of y'all that just continue to support me. And I hope you enjoyed this video, a little behind the scenes of some money that it goes into, you know, making this happen. And if you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see a true price breakdown where I'm like, hey, I paid this much, like I did for Larry, like I paid $1,000 for this truck, I pay a X amount for this, drop a comment. I'll go through it. I won't hide. If you want to maybe do similar style, like me ranking the trucks and explaining like my least favorite to my most favorite, like the drivability, which one rides the best, which one's the worst, which one's like the slowest to the fastest, those kind of things. I actually haven't really thought about doing those videos, and I think that might be a lot of fun. So definitely leave me some feedback if you'd like to see that. But I know this video has gone on long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and brace for our cold start video, which you probably already saw. That's why I've got them all out here originally, because it's gonna get like in the teens tonight, and so in the morning I'm gonna punish myself, and we're gonna have 8 glorious V8 cold starts. So if you hadn't seen that video, link in the description, go check it out.